All this, we're joined by Professor Kholofelo Rakubu, head of the Department of Law at the Tshwane University of Technology in South Africa. Professor Rakubu, thank you for making time. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. Your reactions to his testimony, South Africa's suspended police minister Senzo Mchunu, and more particularly on his reasons for disbanding the Political Killings Task Team, or PKTT.
I found his testimony very defensive, evasive, and selectively assertive. Where he constantly claimed authority over police decisions, but managed to avoid direct accountability and contradicted himself on key issues. And the testimony was also politically charged because he constantly reminded us that he got the backup or he got the support of the president. He consulted or communicated with the president. And from his testimony, it was potentially implicating because he contradicted the police commissioner's testimony, and that raises questions about transparency and legality. So in his testimony, he was assertive on authority. He reminded us on the legal powers to issue such directive, including disbanding the PKTT, constantly also framing it as a ministerial prerogative. As he claimed authority, he avoided responsibility because he said he had powers to disband, right? Yet distance himself from operational consequences, implying those to be Masamula's domain. So that is what I could pick. There were contradictions here. He leaned on the legality of his directive. He claimed he withheld information to protect whistleblowers and to avoid retaliations and compromising investigation. But one questions the nature of the letter or nature of the directive that came with an immediate, in inverted commas. Then now when you ask for a disbandment immediately, you suggest that every process should be on hold immediately means now. So when you claim to have whistleblowers in mind, there's no way you could have issued such a directive in the absence of a police commissioner or national commissioner, for example. You can't be ordering that it be immediate when you understand the complicity of the investigations around political task team. So he tried to evade, he tried to defend, and he tried to push his authoritative powers that he had all the powers to take such a decision.
What did you make of his shock that National Police Commissioner Fanny Masemula, in his testimony, confirmed that the political killing task team was still active?
Indeed, he was taken aback. He believed his directive was the order of the day, but that shows a breakdown in authority. That showed defiance. That also raises constitutional or legal questions. Remember, Masemula and Mkhwanazi came in to dwell on the constitutional mandates, wherein they repeatedly reminded South Africans of the powers of the commissioner, powers of the minister, your section 206, 207. I believe that is what provided them room for defiance because they believe the minister cannot take operational decisions. Now, all these highlight issues of power struggle between your political leadership and police command. So his shock showed that he took a decision and police leadership was having none of it. They proceeded, and now we got to understand the magnitude of power struggles and defiance in the SAPS at the moment.
On the ad hoc committee itself, it's comprised of 8 political parties. They're represented in this body, 18 members. How does this contribute to a democratic and a thorough or transparent process and diversity, if it does, in your view?
It tries, if I were to say so, although one wonders if there will be no political biasness. It's a very contested space. It was a bit difficult in the beginning as we observed, political scoring here and there, but providing opportunities to all other parties to have an analysis or a say, it does assist, but one is interested in the outcome of this. What will be the subsequent steps to assist South Africans arrive or to push towards justice or to enforce the law or correct or suggest corrections. So it does assist, and still today we're still waiting to see if the nature of questioning, because yesterday they were a bit probing and confrontational, and also dwelt on, and it was a bit technical, legalistic, and accusatory as well, and skeptical. And also, we appreciated demanding of clarity, pressing for accountability from the members. We're hoping that today can be also probing, can be also pressing for accountability and justification. Although we could pick the contradictions in the testimonies, but let's hope even today the process will unfold peacefully or seamless without political scoring, if I were to put it that way.
Talking of members, one of the prominent members of the committee is the economic freedom fighter Julius Malema, who's known for his very vocal anti-corruption stance. What do you think he brings to the group and the voice that he adds as far as South Africans see it?
Authoritative voice, confrontational voice, um, accusatory, straight to the point, if I were to say so, fearless. I could feel he openly reminded the minister or just assisted the House understand that the debate around this missing audio or the audio is unnecessary, which clarified the debate around audio, because he came in and put a directive into that to say we cannot be debating or asking of an audio. And immediately after that, there was never questions around an audio. The matter was simply clarified and closed that there is no audio. This is just an allegations, unsubstantiated allegation. There's no evidence of threats. Therefore, we cannot even be dwelling on the issues around an audio. And he also boldly highlighted the discrepancy where the minister is mentioning of threats or an existing audio, which it looks like or sounded like the minister himself never listened to it. So that provided clarity and assisted the committee to move to the next step seamlessly, so with that information in mind, that you can't come here and claim there were threats and claim there's an audio and promise this committee that you are also coming in. And he also assisted when it comes to the necessity for an affidavit. Why would you want to associate yourself with the Vusi Matala, for example, to an extent that you contradict yourself, wherein at some point you claim to have issued or instructed your attorneys to meet with his attorneys? Then the contradictions around Matala writing to his attorneys, at what cost, who advised that they should be writing, what is your interest, and where did you get this Matala? And again, issues around or of the Brian Mokgotzi's allegations and the nature of relationship they have, and particularly on the letter that leaked. To what extent has the minister attended to the issue of verification of this leak, if he had the best interest for South Africans to come to this committee to provide clarity that now I understand as the minister, I've got all the knowledge in trying to verify how my official letter got leaked, because that is what has caused all these doubts around his testimony and so forth? Why didn't he take upon himself to find and clarify how the letter got leaked? So he did not, the House or the committee was assisted to understand that he did not even take it upon himself to try and bring evidence that I did not leak the letter. I sent to A and B and C, and the forensic investigators found that it was leaked from D to E. Then that would have assisted. So Julius
All right.
Malema came in handy in that regard.
Professor, thank you so much again for your valuable insights. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Professor Kholofelo Rakubu is head of the Department of Law at the Tshwane University of Technology in South Africa. 8:31 Central African time it is. Let's get our news headlines. Here's Onele.